Hi everyone, and welcome to my live creative time today. My name's Mandy Witherby from Mandy's Papercraft Creations, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. Welcome to another week of crafting fun. I have a beautiful suite to play with today with you, so I hope you enjoy it. Now we'll just wait for a few people to jump on live. While that is happening, I'll just call this up on my other devices so I can see everybody's comments there. So let me just get that ready. There we go. Okay, and over here as well. So how is everyone today? Let me know how your past week has been, how your weekend was, because today is Monday what is it today? The 15th of January. We are already halfway through January. It just blows my mind every time because the time just goes so quickly. Okay, let's mute that. There we go. Hey Brenton, how are you? Great to have you here today. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, so let me know how your weekend was, what you got up to. I had a fairly quiet weekend. Yesterday was a bit of a sleepy day. I hadn't slept well the night before, so had a big sleep in and then just a cruisy sort of day, just doing bits and pieces. And trying to learn some new technology. Don't you just love technology? We can't live with it. We can't live without it these days. But yeah, there's a few changes happening with a few different things. And so it's always a little bit challenging to learn all the new tech. So I spent a bit of time doing that over the weekend, trying to get my head around it. And yes, was trying to do it on Saturday, and then I was getting really sleepy and I thought, I can't take this in. I need to go and have a nap. So I did. And yeah, then got back to it again afterwards. And then yesterday it started to sink in a bit more. So that's good. But yeah, it's been taking a lot of my time trying to learn all this new tech. But yeah, and lots of other admin-y type things as well. So I haven't actually had any time for crafting until today. So I love my Mondays. I love coming to craft with you guys because sometimes it's the only crafting I get in all week. Funnily enough, you would think that being a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I get to craft every day. But there's a lot of other things I need to do as well. So there's a lot of admin things. I have to look after my beautiful team and my beautiful customers. And yeah, there's just lots and lots of things that need to be done. So I love my Mondays because I get to play with you all. So that's really cool. All right, let's catch up on some comments over here. Oh, you finally got to do Christmas with your 3 sons over the weekend. Oh, lovely. Well, better late than never. Oh, it's always great to catch up with family. That's awesome. How old are your sons, Brenton? Oh, that's really good. Yeah, it can be hard to catch up with family, can't it? We missed out on seeing some of our family too because one of our family members became very ill and ended up in hospital. Not our direct family, but my extended family. And so, yeah, so sadly, we kind of all missed out on catching up with each other over Christmas, which was a real shame, but nothing could be done. You can't plan these illness things. And but anyway, he's fine. He came through it okay, which we're very thankful for. So yeah, but yeah, I'll have to catch up with them when I go to Queensland next time. Hey Kathleen, how are you? Great to have you here. You're watching from your holidays in Harrington. Oh, beautiful. I've been seeing your photos. It looks so lovely up there. I think I might have been to Harrington once when I was quite young with my mum. I don't have a lot of memories of it. But I remember the name, and I remember that we went there. She knew someone there or something. Yeah, actually, were there water slides there in Harrington? Is that where I went on water slides? Or there used to be, like that's probably back in the late 70s, early 80s. It's a long time ago. Maybe before your time, Kathleen. I don't know. Yeah. So, but it looked lovely. It looks really lovely. I'm loving seeing all of your beautiful photos. Oh, Brenton said the boys are 27, 28, and 29. Oh, they're similar to my kids' ages, actually. Mine are 20. Now, let me get this right. Currently, they're 26, 28, and 26, 20. Oh, about to turn 27, actually. My son is about to turn 27, and my daughters are 29 and 31. Yeah, that's right. Oh my goodness, you lose track when they get older. You've got to sit there and calculate it. But yeah, we've got kids similar ages. Oh, there you go. Ah, that's great. That's great. Yeah, when they're all grown up and they've all got their own lives, it's hard to get them all together, isn't it? It's like trying to round them up. Hey Jenny, how are you? How's the weather down in Tassie today? We've had a lot of rain yesterday and today, actually, and it was pouring overnight, and today is, like, right now it's windy and just overcast, but it's not raining right now. But we've had rain this morning, and it's cooler. The weather has completely changed, so I'm a little bit breathless today, I have to say. I don't know if it's because I was anxious about coming on and crafting because it's been so long, or it's just the change in the weather. Often the change in weather upsets my asthma a little bit. But yeah, if you hear me huffing and puffing, that's why. I've already taken my puffer, so it should be all good when that sort of kicks in. I've only just taken it, so it'll kick in soon. Oh, Kathleen said today the weather is horrible, but it has been beautiful. Oh, okay, so maybe it's all down the coast, that bad weather. Hey Rose, how are you? Great to have you with us today. Yeah, I wonder, I didn't actually ask my daughter what it's like up in Queensland today too, on the Gold Coast. I'm not sure if it's all the way down or not. But anyway, there you go. Well, it's lovely to have you all with me. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you'll enjoy what I've got to share with you today. We're going to be playing with some new products, so I'm very excited. It's the first time I've played with them. In fact, I was just doing a few little test samples before I went live, so that I knew how the stamps sort of worked together. So I've got those samples to share with you as well. So, all right, before we jump into our playtime, let's call it playtime, let me share a few things with you. All right, I have got a few things to share with you. So currently I have the new Crafty Collaborations January tutorial bundle available. Now, my customers actually get this for free. It's valued at $28. My customers get this for free when they shop with me and spend over $75. Now on this one, there are 42 project tutorials. So it's like 42 individual classes basically. And yeah, and there is a variety of different projects with different themes. So really, really beautiful. Now these are collaborated on from demonstrators all around the world, including me. I've got one in there as well, which is why I'm able to share these with others, is because it's something that I collaborate with other demonstrators on. Now, if you're not one of my customers, if you have your own demonstrator, or perhaps you are a demonstrator yourself, you can actually purchase this from me for 28 Australian dollars. So if that is something that you're interested in, let me know. Send me a message or an email at mandyspapercraftcreations@gmail.com, and I can certainly get that out to you. So lots and lots of beautiful projects on there. I had a quick little squiz at all of them, and this is a really good one this month. Like, there are so many. I mean, they're always great, but this one's got a lot of new products from the new Mini Catalogue and Celebration, and yeah, they're really, really beautiful. So actually, in fact, I'm just having a look to see if there's any products from the annual catalogue. Oh, there is some from the online exclusives as well. Majority of these ones are, oh, there's one from the annual. Majority of these, and there's another one from the annual, but the majority of these ones are actually from the Mini Catalogue and Celebration. So lots of great ideas with your new products. So yeah, let me know if you'd like to get your hands on that. And as I said, my customers do get that for free as a thank you gift from me for shopping with me with orders over $75. All right. Hey, Dimity, how are you? Lovely to have you here with us today. And Cheryl's here too. Hi, Cheryl. Great to have you with us. Fantastic. Now, the other exciting thing is I have got an online Kit Together event coming up. So this is coming up on the 27th of January, but the cutoff date is tomorrow, Tuesday, the 16th of January. So I'll put the link up in the comments in a moment, and I'll put it in the details of this video here on Facebook and on YouTube as well, because I will upload this to YouTube. And thank you all to my YouTube replay warriors. Thank you for watching, and thank you for everyone who is watching the replay here on Facebook as well as all of those that are coming live with me. Okay, so what happens with this one is you will purchase your kit in my online store. So you can purchase one kit, you can purchase several kits, however many kits you like, and you will bring them along to the event. We're going to be meeting on Zoom, so you can join us from anywhere around Australia. So this is for people in Australia only. Sorry for those of you who are overseas, but it's for those who purchase kits through me. So that's a great thing about Zoom, is that we can join together from anywhere around the world. So that's going to be happening on 27th of January, which is a Saturday, and it's going to be at 7 p.m. in the evening. So we can have a lovely couple of hours of crafting on a Saturday evening together, have a good chat, bring our munchies, you can bring your beverage of choice, and we can have a really lovely time with our kits. Now, let me pop the link up, and then I'm going to show you something very quickly. I just clicked on the wrong thing. Hang on one sec. That's not it. Let me pull up the link. Here we go. Okay, grab that link. I'm going to pop it in the comments. There we go. All right. Yeah. Now, the reason that the deadline is tomorrow to RSVP and to purchase those kits is to make sure that you get your kits delivered to you in time for the event. Okay, so we don't want to leave it too close to the time, because you want to make sure that you've got your kits ready for the event. So, yeah. Oh, you love my cockatoos. Thank you, Dimity. Yes, I've got my little sulfur-crested cockatoo earrings, and I've got my matching brooch here today. Oh, where are you? Here you are. This little guy doesn't have a name yet. I think I need to start naming them all. So over the weekend, I was sharing my giraffe brooch, and I was asking for name suggestions for my giraffe brooch. There've been some great suggestions, and I haven't chosen yet from all of the suggestions, but I'll have to announce that when I do. But yeah, I think I need to start naming them all, because I've got a few different little, what do you call them? Animals. That's the word. Animal earrings and brooches. But I like to name things. But anyway, what I was going to show you is I have got one of the brand new kits that just got released this month. This is the Rock Legend kit. I love this one, and this is the one that I'm going to be playing with during the kit event. But you can use any kit you like during the event, because they all come with instructions in there, and each kit is all inclusive, so you get everything in there that you need. The only extra thing, I'm trying to keep that glare off there from the lights. The only extra thing you might need is a pair of scissors if it's a kit that contains twine or baker's twine or ribbon or anything like that. Yeah, and there is one project kit, which is the one you might see if I tip my camera up. See the wreath up there? That wreath kit, you just need either hot glue gun or tacky craft glue to put that one together. So that's the only additional thing that you need for that. But all the other kits come with adhesive. That's the only one that that doesn't. But this one's got, look at the bits in here. This one's got some cool little embellishments, and it's got all the bits and pieces in there to put. You can't really see because it's all bundled up together. I haven't opened it yet. But yeah, it's going to make those 2 designs, and there'll be 4 of each of those. So this kit in particular is great for the teenagers, because you know they're usually into music. Great for masculine cards. You can change up the designs if you want to as well in any of the kits, or you can make them exactly to the instructions. Now I've got all the instructions for every kit, So if you get stuck during the event and you need a hand, I will have the instructions that I can access as well. So I can help and guide you through that if you need it. But yeah, it'll just be a really, really fun time. So be sure to register for that and place your orders for your kits in my online store. Make sure that you have selected me as a demonstrator before you check out, or when you go to the store, and before you check out. In the event, there is a link there, but just double check, because sometimes the links have been playing up lately. They've been a little bit glitchy. Some of them, not all of them. So just double check before you check out to make sure that you are shopping with me. Okay. All right. So, oh, there you go. There's my flyer for the Rock Legend kit. And the other new one that came out as well, you might have seen me show it last week, was the Panda Friends kit. That one's a really cute one as well. But there are so many different kits to choose from in the online store. In fact, I wonder if I could just have a quick little squizzy. Let's see if I can quickly pull them up. Let's see if I can pull up the online store. Oh, actually, you know what? I've got a link. Let me find the link. Where's the link? Linkity link. Where did I put it now? Here. Oh, I'm on the right page. I'm looking at the wrong thing. It's okay. Don't worry about me. Oh, dear. Kits collection page. All right, let's go there and see. See if it will open up for me. Oh, there we go. Yay. All right. So I'll show you just on my iPad. I'll hold it up and show you all of the kits. I'll try not to touch the screen. See if I can do this. It's usually better doing this with the camera tipping down, but anyway, but you can see all the different kits that are available. So some are stamping kits. There's the wreath that I was telling you about. Some of them are stamping kits. Others are non-stamping kits. The two brand new ones that I just showed you, they're non-stamping kits. So if you don't like stamping, but you still like being creative or making cards, there are kits that don't have any stamping in them. There's some project kits. There's a little scrapbook there. There's all these different ones. There's the beautiful whiteboard. I've got mine up there, magnetic. What do they call that now? Celebrate Today magnet board kit. You can click on each one of these to look at all of the details, but I'm just giving you a quick little scroll. So there you go. So there's lots and lots to choose from. So there's something for everybody. There you go. Yeah. So be sure to check those all out. And in my event, there is a link through to the kits collection page, so you can have a look at the different kits there and choose whichever one you like, whichever one speaks to you. Alrighty. So that's what's happening with events. My product shares from the mini catalogue have closed. They are all bundled up, packaged up, ready to ship out. I'm hoping to get them out tomorrow, or mailed tomorrow, weather pending, because the weather, yeah, depends on if it's pouring with rain. I won't be going to the post office. It'll wait till the next day. But those of you who have purchased your product shares, whether or not that was paper shares, embellishment shares, ribbon shares, all three were on offer. Thank you to those of you who have purchased those. They are all packaged up ready for you, and they will be mailed out to you either tomorrow or Wednesday. As I said, weather permitting, being that I can get to the post office and not get absolutely drenched. All right, let me just bring this back up over here. Turn that back up the other way. I lost my feed now over on my iPad. There we go. Okay. All right. Now, the other thing. Hey, Anne, how are you? I don't think I said hello to you. Did I? Hello, if I didn't already say hello. I'm sorry, I forgot where I'm up to with my comments here. It's lovely to have you with us, Anne. All right. Now, also too, you probably already heard about this because it's been around for a while, but we have our new mini catalogue, which we're going to be playing with some of the brand new products out of that one today. And we've got our celebration brochure. And the celebration promotion runs for January and February. Well, from the 4th of January it started, didn't it? Yes, till the end of February. And with any purchases of $90 or $180, you get to choose a free product from the celebration brochure. And there are so many beautiful products in here. Oh, that's the information page. That's not as exciting. Well, it is, but you want to see all the pretty products. There's so many things. There's stamp sets, there's paper, there's embellishments, there's ribbon, there's die sets. So many papers in this one, actually. Yeah, this one's popular. This one, the tool, this one on this page. What is it called? The trusty toolbox. That one's very popular. This one's really cute as well with these cute little animals, and we've got dies for that one as well. That's the Jungle Pals. And then this one's really pretty. I've got this one, but I haven't used it yet. That one's a bundle. So these ones at the back, these ones are free with a $180 order. So you can earn those or redeem those for free. And then when you get back to the back of the brochure, it tells you about the amazing joining offer at the moment during celebration. So you can find that on pages 16 and 17 of your catalogue. I won't go into it too much, but when you join Stampin' Up during celebration, you can choose $235 worth of product to put into your starter kit, and that can be any current product that you like, apart from what is in the celebration brochure, because they are ones that you earn for free with purchase. But any other product you can pop in your starter kit, and then up to $235, you are only going to pay $169. So you're already getting $66 worth of free product. Plus you get free shipping on that, which works out about another $13-ish on that order. And then you can also choose, during celebration, you can also choose an additional $51. 51? Is it 51? It sounds such a weird amount. It is. It's 51 Australian dollars in free product to add to your starter kit, so additional products, or you can choose to get the amazing glass mat studio. Now, I don't have one, so I can't show it to you in real life, so I've just got the image, but you get the glass craft mat, you get the silicone mat that comes with it, and then you get the cleaning cloth as well. And I've seen lots of demonstrators use it, and it's really a great tool to have in your craft room. So yeah, so that is valued at $106. So you can choose that for free during celebration when you purchase that starter kit. So either you can choose either that, which is valued at $106, or you can choose the $51 worth of added product. So of your choice. So totally up to you, but if you listen to those figures, you can see which one has the most value. This one. Now the glass mat, here's some tips that a demonstrator put together that she has allowed us to share. I'll just run through a few of them. The glass mat is heat resistant. It's tempered glass. It's 5 millimeters thick. It's got rubber feet to help hold in place. It's waterproof, scratch resistant, stain resistant. It easily wipes clean. It comes with corner protectors for shipping as well. I've seen some demonstrators have decided to leave them on. Some have taken them off. It just depends on your preference, but they look like they're sort of rubber corners to protect it. It's got both metric and imperial measurements. So if you, like, mainly in Australia we use metric, but I know that some people still prefer to use imperial. So you've got both measurements already on there. So you've got, like, it's like a grid. So you've got that on there all the time. So you've got that. That's awesome. The silicone mat is white. It's waterproof. It's heat resistant as well. It has 6 compartments, and when you place it on the glass mat, it stays put, like it doesn't fall back off, it doesn't slide around, it sort of grips to that glass mat. The cleaning cloth is lint-free, durable and chemical-free, reusable. Yeah, so the compartments on the silicone mat, they can hold, so you can put your ink pads on this side, or you can use that to dab off your blending brushes or your colouring mediums, or you can choose to do different colour techniques on that. And then you've got a little well here, you can mix your colours here. And then you've got 4 little wells here, which you can either sit things in. They actually hold the little ink spots, so the ink spots fit in there perfectly. Or you can just use them as more colour mixing palettes. So yeah, so you can use that in lots of different ways. Yeah, so, and it's non-slip apparently as well, the glass mat. It's got rubber feet, so it's non-slip. Yeah, so there's lots of other tips on here. If you would like more information about the glass mat, feel free to get in contact with me and I can give you more information about that, because I've got a 2-page document with lots of information about the glass mat. So there you go. So yeah, so you can get that for free, and then of course you would get an ongoing 20% discount on all of your Stampin' Up products once you've joined. And then once you've joined, you can take advantage of celebration in terms of earning some of those other free products, and enjoy the crafting community. So we love to welcome new team members into our beautiful crafting community. And so if you would like more information about joining my team, then please feel free to let me know. But joining is always the best value in the entire catalogue, because not only do you get the freebies when you join up, but you also get the ongoing discount, plus you get access to the Stampin' Up website, exclusive Stampin' Up Facebook groups with lots and lots of creative inspiration. You become part of the creative community, and you can be as involved as you like, or you can sit in the background, totally up to you. You don't need to sell product either. That's one thing people get concerned about, is that they need to sell product. You don't. You can purchase just for your own crafting enjoyment. Now, if you join now between January and February, you would be able to stick around till at least June. Is that right? June, yep, without even spending another cent if you didn't want to. Now, if you wanted to stay on, there are quarterly minimums, but you have until June to meet the first one, because you'll be joining during partway through the current quarter. It works out around $125 a month, and you get your discount on any customer specials, promotions, anything like that. Yeah, and then, but there's no big deal. Like, a lot of people worry that they're not going to make their minimum, or, you know, etc. They get really worried about that quarterly minimum. But if you don't make it, it's okay. You just go back to being a customer. It's not a problem. So it's super easy. If you want to stay on after that, after June, then that quarterly minimum would need to be met every quarter to be able to stay. But you can stay for as long as you want, leave whenever you like, and there's no lock-in contract or exit penalties or anything like that. You just simply stop ordering as a demonstrator, and then you just come back as a customer. So it's super easy. Now, if you would like more information about that, please let me know. I'd love to fill you in on all of that, answer all of your questions. And I'm happy to spend time with you explaining all of that. So please get in contact with me either via Messenger or email me at mandyspapercraftcreations@gmail.com. All right, how about we play with some new product? I was going to say toys. Well, they're kind of adult toys, aren't? Well, I shouldn't say that. They're craft toys. They're crafting products that we love to play with. And so, yeah. Let's get on and do that. I'm going to tip the camera down onto the desktop so that I can show you up close, and that'll be much easier for you to be able to see the products. All right, here we are. Hey Julie, how you going? Good timing. All right, I'm just going to tip the camera down, so I'll cover up the camera so I don't make you all dizzy. And let's have a look at all of these beautiful products. All right, so has anybody been shopping yet in the new catalogue? Let me know in the comments. What have you been purchasing? You might already even have this suite that I'm going to share with you today. You have to let me know if you do. And if you've been creating with it. All right, let me see if I get this camera straight. Get some lights. I was saying to Amber the other day, oh, I meant to ask Dad for new lights for Christmas for my craft room. And I totally forgot that that was going to be what I was going to ask for Christmas, because then when it came around to Christmas, I'm like, well, I don't really need anything, until I then found my polar bear brooch. Then I needed that. So I got that. But yeah, we don't really usually need things. So we didn't really buy for each other this year, apart from he did buy me my polar bear brooch. All right, where'd my catalogue go? Oh, I just put it over here. Well, that was silly because I need it. Okay. Oh, here we go. All right, so the mini catalogue, the January to April mini catalogue. If you don't have a copy of this and you don't have a copy of the Celebration brochure, and you're here in Australia and you don't already have a demonstrator, I would love to get those out to you. So please get in contact with me. I'm going to put up my links for you, so that you can, I'm going to put that in the comments, and that'll be in the description of the video as well once I finish filming. So you can request the catalogues. Now, just so you know, these catalogues do cost me money to purchase, to send out to my customers. Costs me mailing as well as the price of the catalogues. They are not free. So please, if you are requesting a catalogue, if you already have your own demonstrator, please request one from them, just to be fair, you know, to both of us, but also to just know that they do cost money. So, yes. So yes, please, please request one if you would like one, but from your own demonstrator if you already have one. All right, now we are going to be playing with the very beautiful Perennial Lavender. Now, when I first saw the catalogue, let me just hold these pages up because they are reflecting a little bit under the lights. When I first saw this suite, I just fell in love with this one. This was my absolute favourite. I do have another favourite as well, but I have chosen to play with this one first because this one really speaks to me the most. I love the colours. I love butterflies. I love purples. My bridesmaids were purple when I got, they wore purple, not they were purple, they wore purple when I got married. And purple was my mum's favourite colour. She loved butterflies. I've always loved butterflies as well. And so, yeah, this is just the perfect suite for me. And I love natural tones as well. So it just goes beautifully. So you'll find that on pages 22 and 23 of the mini catalogue. That is the January to April 2024 mini catalogue. As I was saying to you, with the joining special, you can choose up to $235 and only pay $169. If you like this entire suite, which has a stamp set, two stamp set and die bundles, so it's got the painted lavender and the perennial postage. I'll show you all of them up close. It's got the two, I call it a bumper suite, the two stamp and die bundles, plus the designer series paper, plus the paper butterfly embellishments. You get 40 of those, plus the pack of bling. All of that comes to $221.50, but you can get the whole thing for $169 if you put it in your starter kit. Plus, then you'd have a little bit left over to spend because you can go up to $235. So you can add an extra something to your starter kit as well. So yeah, over the pages, you'll see. So really, it's the best offer, the best opportunity is the starter kit. You can see over the pages closer up imagery of the products, the stamp sets, and I even just love the projects that are there in that stamp set. Actually, that one just gave me another idea. Yeah, so yeah, so just really beautiful, really pretty. I would be happy just to case, which is copy and selectively edit these projects, because they are just gorgeous. But anyway, we're going to play with the products today and see what we come up with. All right, let's have a closer look. So here's the painted lavender. This is the one that I was playing with today. I haven't played with the dies yet, but they do coordinate with the stamps, and then you've got some additional pieces as well that cut out. So you've got some extra greenery there, some additional flowers. So we might play with all of those today. I showed them on an unboxing I did a couple of weeks ago as well. Dimity said when she sees butterflies, she always says, hello, mum. Yeah, I always think of my mum too, Dimity, whenever I see butterflies as well. That's really amazing, isn't it? I've had some amazing butterfly experiences since my mum passed away. So it's always a beautiful memory of mum when I see butterflies. All right, then we've got the Perennial Postage stamp set, which is part of the suite, and it has all of the sentiments, because you'll notice this one doesn't have sentiments. And then we've got the Perennial Postage dies as well, and this one has 12, I think it's 12 dies. Yep. And I showed that on an unboxing just recently as well. So we're going to play with those. The sentiments are a cling stamp set. I haven't put the stickers on them yet. Oh, I think I did on, oh no, I just took it off, but I didn't put the sticker on. So once I decide which one I want to use today, then I'll show you how to put the stickers on those. The painted lavender, they are clear polymer stamps and photopolymer, and I've already put mine on my blocks ready to use today. So they are removable off your blocks. So they are easy to store in your cases. You've got the imagery printed on the back sheet. They come on acetate sheets, so they come between two acetate sheets. I've taken mine off the acetate sheet and I just pop it in the case there on the corresponding image, and then I just put one of the clear acetate sheets over the top just to protect them so that they don't stick to the case when you're opening and closing it. But I'll pop that back on the block because we'll need that today. So there you go. So that's a little bit about. Does anybody have any questions about the stamp and die bundles? One thing I didn't mention is if you're buying the entire suite, then you already get the discount built in. But if you're just buying the bundle, the stamp and die bundle, when you purchase them together, you will get a 10% discount. Okay, so if you purchase them individually, you'll pay full price, but purchase them together. There is a single code in the catalogue for the bundle, and you'll save yourself 10%. That's the same with any of the Stampin' Up bundles in any of the catalogues. Sorry, I'll just move that light a little bit. It keeps reflecting. Okay, then we've got the bling. Now, this one is opened. This comes with 40 sheets. I have already opened up these packets for my product shares. So these aren't full packets that I'm showing you at the moment, but you get all of these beautiful paper butterflies and they just pop out. They're laser cut in the paper. You just pop them out and then you can use them white as they are, or you can color them with coloring medium. So we're going to do a little bit of colouring on one of the butterflies today when I decide which one. So they come in the 5 different sizes and there's 8 sheets of those in the pack. And then the gorgeous bling. So this is the Purple Fine Shimmer Gems. Oh, hi, Briar. How are you? Great to see you. Well, not that I can see you, but it's great to have you with us. So as I said, this isn't a full pack because I had to share them up with some of my customers who had purchased the product shares. but you do get a full sheet. You get a total of 150 embellishments in the 3 colors. And they're really beautiful, and you can't see on camera, but they do have a very fine glittery shimmer to them, and they're a faceted gem, a very fine faceted gem. So they are really, really pretty. And I've taken them off they're actually still on the backing sheets, but I've just popped them in a little baggie. They don't come with that. I've just popped them in a little baggie because I had cut them up for my product shares. So they're in a bag, I can't lose them that way, can I? How are you, Briar? I think this is the first time I've had you on since Christmas. Well, this is only my second live since Christmas. So did you have a nice Christmas and New Year? All right, so we'll pop those over to the side. And then we've got our beautiful designer series paper. Now this comes in 12 by 12 sheets, 12 by 12 inch sheets, or 30.5 by 30.5 centimeters. And this is the Perennial Lavender paper. Now I've got mine cut in half again because of the product shares, but just imagine that this is a full sheet, and I'll go through each page and show you. So full sheet, 12 by 12, and I'll show you each side. The beautiful natural tones on this side. This is gorgeous. I don't know what sort of plant this is. It's not a Queen Anne's lace, but it's like a very fine little daisy. I'm not sure what type of plant it is, but I love the little butterflies scattered through this paper, and just the colors. The colors are gorgeous. Look at that. So pretty. I'll tell you all of the colors in a moment. Now this was the image on this one goes across the diagonal. And I've cut that in half, so we can then cut that up into 3 pieces to make sort of card front panels, or you can cut it smaller if you want to. And yeah, I love these little butterflies as well. Really pretty. This piece in particular would make a great scrapbooking layout. In fact, I love this too, the gingham with the distressed look, you know, in the splatter. I've actually purchased an extra pack of this paper, and I might even get an extra one again, because I have never actually finished my wedding scrapbook album. And as I said, my bridesmaids wore purple. So I don't know what shade of purple you'd call it, just purple. I was supposed to have purple and mauve, but my two matrons of honor actually both fell pregnant at the same time, or around the same time, and they were 8 months pregnant when it came to my wedding, so they weren't able to be in my wedding party. So I went from 4 down to 2, and so we had to go with the darker color because the lighter color on its own just looked too washed out. But yeah, but I want to finish my wedding album, and also too, because my mum loved purples, look at that, I want to use some of these papers in her scrapbook album, because she and I were making her scrapbook album a few years before she got very sick, before passing away, and we never got it finished. So I thought, well, I'm going to buy some extra paper of this and use it to finish her album. Look at this one. How gorgeous are these pretty flowers? Just stunning. And then we've got some greenery on there as well. So they kind of coordinate with some of the flowers as well in the stamp set, which is really cool. We didn't take a really close look at the flowers. I'll just show you this one again, this stamp set again. So this is a 2-step stamp set. We've got the stems, and then we've got the floral images. We've got some leaves, and then we've got some like shorter grassy images, or sort of more at a distance. You can do lots of things with that. We've got some floral detail here. We've got some butterflies, and we've got some fine floral detail here, which coordinates with the smaller one. But yeah, you can mix and match these. You can layer them. We're going to do some 2-step stamping and some stamping off on the flowers. I'm going to show you how to do that. Yeah, and they're really beautiful. The images on the front of the cover are shown at 95%. So just know that the actual stamp is a little bit bigger than that. Yeah. Oh, Julie said, every time I see someone demonstrate this suite, I like it more and more. Oh, that's good to know, Julie. Oh, you might have to add it to that shopping list. Yeah. Oh, Happy New Year. Oh, thank you, Bri. Yes, same to you. Happy New Year. Yeah. All right. So we're going to have a bit more of a play, but how gorgeous is this paper? It's just so pretty. Now, interestingly, I went to my wardrobe today because, as I said, I love purple. Pink and purple, I would say, are actually my two favorite colors. So you probably have noticed that I've got a lot of pink in my my logo, my business logo, and I love purple. Purple is my equal favorite color with pink. But I went to my wardrobe today and I thought, I should wear something purple today to coordinate with my the suite that I'm using, my Perennial Lavender. And do you know what? I don't have any tops in purple. No purple, no lilac, no nothing. I'm like, oh my goodness, how do I not have anything in purple? My mum did. My mum had a lot of things in purple. But yeah, I just don't have any clothing in purples. And I thought, I've got to do something about that. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wow, I never realized I didn't have anything in purple. So there you go. Let me show you all of the colors that are in this designer series paper. There's a lot of them. We've got Shaded Spruce, Pretty Peacock, Lost Lagoon, Orchid Oasis, Starry Sky, Orchid Oasis. Then we've got Blackberry Bliss and wait, no, that one's not Blackberry Bliss. Oh yeah, that one's Blackberry Bliss. This one is Berry Burst. Then we've got Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Fresh Freesia, and not listed but also in the paper is Crumb Cake and White, Basic White. So look at all those beautiful colors. And, you know, some of these I probably wouldn't have put together. Like I probably wouldn't have really thrown the blues together with the purples. But in the DSP, it works. So you can coordinate these cardstocks and inks. I've got all the inks out in these colors as well. Except I didn't get out the Crumb Cake, actually. I might need that. Might need to get that out. So yeah, so you can use all of those colors to coordinate with this designer series paper. Pretty amazing, hey? I also did pull out a little bit of vellum as well because I thought we might use a bit of vellum today. All right, so let me show you some of the samples of the stamping I did. So here's the stamp set. Let's make sure that that's not reflecting on the light too much. Okay, so let me start with this one here. So these are samples. I've just stamped these on paper. Just know that whenever you stamp on paper, copy paper, lightweight paper, you don't get as good a stamped image as what you do on the cardstock because the absorbency of the ink is different. Yeah, so just know that these aren't the best stamped images because they're just on paper. But this is one of them. This is this one here. Just stamped in first generation, so that's from when you straight away ink your stamp on the block, and then second generation, which is the second stamping. So you stamp once and then I just moved the stamp a little bit and stamped a second time. So this one was just in Gorgeous Grape with the Shaded Spruce stems. This one I tried Fresh Freesia and Highland Heather together with Shaded Spruce, and then this one so I stamped the Fresh Freesia first and then the Highland Heather. And this one, I thought I'd see if it looks any different if I stamp them the other way around. So I stamped the Highland Heather first, then the Fresh Freesia, which basically looks the same. But this one I put Lost Lagoon as the stems. So there's a few color matches. Then, actually, that was the last one I did. Hang on a minute. Let's go this way, this way, this way. Then I tried Gorgeous Grape with Highland Heather and Shaded Spruce for the stems. And then this one was just Highland Heather, stamped first generation and then stamped off second generation with the Lost Lagoon stems. So you can see how you can get lots of different color tones depending on the colors that you're using. So you can get lots of different looks. It just depends on what you want to use. And you could probably also mix the Gorgeous Grape with the fresh freesia. That would look good as well. Did I do Gorgeous Grape? Yeah, this one's Gorgeous Grape with Highland Heather. This is Gorgeous Grape with Gorgeous Grape. So you can just see a little bit of variation in the colour, but not a lot in these two. Yeah, and then if you wanted to, you could also throw in a bit of Berry Burst. I probably wouldn't put the Blackberry Bliss in this bloom. I think it would be a bit too heavy, but the Berry Burst would work as well. All right, then I tried this one, and I thought I'm going to stamp like a whole heap of rows of that to see what that looks like. And I did Pretty Peacock, Lost Lagoon, and Shaded Spruce to see how it looked in the different colours, and I just stamped it repetitively across the page. So that's what it looks like without any of the floral blooms added to it, these little ones here. This one I stamped a lot. I stamped first generation and then second generation with each stamping, but I think that's a bit too much for me. Maybe if it was in a smaller section, it wouldn't look as bad, but all across the page, it just looked a little bit, I guess if it's a lavender field, then that's what it looks like, isn't it really? So it depends on the look that you're going for. So then this one, I used Fresh Freesia, and I just stamped them every so often, a little bit sort of more randomly. Whereas this one, yeah, I guess that does more look like a field of lavender. So there you go. So there's a couple of different ways that you can use this one with this one, or you can just use this one on its own if you just want the greenery. I love this. I love this stamp. So beautiful. And then I tried some of the other stamps. So I used this one here with this one here. Okay, so this is Fresh Freesia, and I tried a few different ways. I just stamped this once and then this once. Oh no, that's right. And then I stamped an extra little bit at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, that's right. This one, I stamped this stamp up this way, and then I turned the stamp around the other way and stamped it the other way. But I kind of felt like some of the flowers looked like they're upside down, so I didn't like that. So then I tried stamping it a little bit lower, still wasn't happy with that, and then I just stamped it once, cleaned it off, and then I inked up just the top stamp, this top flower, and then just stamped that one as an additional one at the top there. So yeah, so lots of different ways you can do that. So that's Fresh Freesia and Highland Heather. I just did one of the leaves here just to see, I was trying to get that to stamp well, but I hadn't given it a proper clean, but that's just in Shaded Spruce. That one is practicing with this one here. This one here, the Gorgeous Grape, that's this one here. And this one in Highland Heather is this one here. So you can probably stamp some of these flowers over the top of those as well. But I didn't get to that point. I sort of was running out of time. And then just the butterflies. So there you go. So that's what they look like and how you can overlay some of them. This one, I'm not sure how that would look if you stamped it off and stamped a second one. Maybe if you had 3 and you had 2 that were stamped off and then a heavier one, or you stamped 3. Oh, I don't know. I haven't played very much with that one yet. So we'll see. So there you go. Another thing you can do too is use sponge daubers, which I got all of my daubers out to have a play with. And you can ink up your stamp in one color. Actually, let's do that. Let's do this one. Let me find it. Here we go. Whoop. I'll just do the top. I won't do the stem. I'll get out my, let's see the difference. Look, I'll get out my Highland Heather dauber. Is it in this one? Or is it in the other one, actually? Oh, no, it should be with this one. No, it might be with the warms. Can't remember if I put it. Oh, it is. It's in here. I'll get my Highland Heather dauber. And I'll just show you. Whoops. I think we'll just be making a quick card today. Just a very basic quick card, I think. All right, so let's try the Highland Heather and the Fresh Freesia, because they're the colours that we had used on these ones. I just want to see the difference. Another thing you can do too is you can ink these up and then spritz them with your water spritzer. to give a watercolor look. Oh, that one's not water. Hang on a sec. Do I have one with water? Oh yeah, there we go. So we've got the water spritzers. Stampin' Up sells these. They come in a pack of 2. They're quite inexpensive actually. You can put water in them. You can even put some of your ink refills in them to make colors, which was the other one I picked up. You can use alcohol in here. You can put rubbing alcohol in here and then add your color to it. It'll dry a lot quicker. Add a couple of drops of your ink refill to make like a colored spritz. You can do something like that as well. Actually, that would be really good. Maybe not that color, but that'd be really good on the butterflies too. But yeah, so we'll try this technique first with the sponge dauber, and I'll show you what I mean. So we'll ink it up with the Fresh Freesia, which is the lighter color. And then we'll take our Highland Heather, which is the darker color, and we'll just ink up our dauber, and we'll just pop a little bit of the darker ink here and there on those flowers, and then we'll huff on it with our breath to moisten the ink, and then we'll stamp that down and just see the effect that we get with that. Oh, I don't think I put enough ink. I don't think I put enough ink with the, I might have to do it again. But you kind of get the idea that you can incorporate the 2 different colors there. Can you see that? I'll hold that up a bit closer. Didn't stamp very well because I didn't ink it up properly. But you kind of get the idea that you can add the extra ink that way. Let's see, I'll give this a clean and then we'll see what it looks like if we spritz it. See what that looks like. Now remember, I might do the spritzing one on cardstock actually, because we're not going to get a very good image on paper with water spritzing. I've got a scrap of cardstock here. We might do this one in the Highland Heather because it's the darker color. So we'll ink this one up. Give it a little spritz with my water spritzer. I'll just do that away from the desk. There we go. And then we'll stamp that. And that should give us more like a watercolor. Oh, that's very blobby. Let's do the second generation. I might have put too, oh, there we go. I dropped it. I might have put too much, water. We'll try that again. Hang on, let me just dry that off on my scrap. Got a little scrap of paper over here. I'll try that again. Ink. Maybe I'll just do 1 spritz this time. Whoop. Not very good at aiming. There we go. That's just a little spritz. That's better. And you get more of that watercolor effect. So there's lots of different techniques that you can use depending on what you're wanting to do. So, and then if you're adding the stem, you do the same thing. So there you go. So there's a couple of different ways that you can use the stamps. Let's give a little wipe here. My block's all wet now. There we go. All right. This one actually would be a good one to do the 2 colours with. Oh, I'm trying to do up my chamois and look, my container, and look, the chamois is hanging out. No wonder that wouldn't work. What if we tried, let's try Highland Heather and Berry Burst together, just to see what they look like. I just need to get my Berry Burst dauber. Gorgeous grape. There it is, Berry Burst. All right, so I'll ink this up in, we can fit that there. I'll ink that up in Highland Heather. There we go. And we'll take our Berry Burst. We'll ink that up and we'll just add some little bits of berry burst here and there. I might have been a bit heavy-handed with the berry burst. It's quite a deep colour, but we'll give it a go and see how that looks. Oh, there we go. So it's given, you can see it's like given a bit of a two-tone sort of look there with the different colours. So that's another technique. I mean, that might not be the best colour combination, but that's another technique that you can try as well. So there you go, lots of different things, lots of different ways you can, you can play with those stamps. All right, let's give this a clean. Stamp off the excess ink and we'll start making a card. So I think this is the one that I want to use. I'll just make sure I get that nice and clean and dry. So when you're cleaning your stamps on your chamois, always test them on a scrap piece of paper afterwards to make sure that you've got all of that ink off. Oh, I've got a little bit of ink on the block there, I can see. Just clean that off. Wait, where was that? Oh, down the side there. There we go. Yeah, just always test them on scrap paper to make sure you get all the ink off so that you don't contaminate the next colour that you use. Alrighty, so I think I'm going to go with this bloom here, and I'm deciding which colour I like best. I think I like the Gorgeous Grape with the Highland Heather, actually. Now, the thing is, if I stamp that twice, it's then not going to fit well with my die. So I need to double check that. Didn't think about that ahead of time. So I might only be able to stamp it in one colour if I want to die cut it. So let's have a look. That's the die there for it. Oh, I haven't taken a photo of these yet. So I'm just showing myself on screen. This is where they all are situated because I might forget how they go back on the sheet. Actually, I wonder if I can do a... Hang on a sec. Let's see. Can I do this? I'm going to take a screenshot. I'll get that in the right position and I'll do a screenshot so that I've got a copy of where they go back on the sheet. Usually I put them on magnetic sheets, but lately I haven't been doing that as much. All right, so let's see. So if we were die cutting that, be die cutting some of those extra bits off, but that would probably still work. Yeah, it's just going to be cutting off some of those extra bits, but you'd still have those little bits filled in the center. So I think that should still work. All right, let's do that. Okay, so we'll grab some white cardstock. And I'm going to cut this down before I start stamping on it, just to make it easier to use so that I'm not stamping on an entire piece of A4 because I don't want to waste it. I'm just going to cut that in half like I'm making a card front. So in half at 14.85 centimeters, and then turn it around on the long side and cut that at 10.5. Now I could have left it as a full A5 piece to stamp on that way, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use it all, so I don't want to waste it, so I'll just cut it down to manageable pieces. Okay, so let's go with, now which colour combo did I decide on? Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather with the shaded spruce. Yeah, I think I'll go with the shaded spruce stems. So, shaded spruce, Highland Heather, and Gorgeous Grape. So many ink pads out on my desk at the moment. Okay, and we need the stems. So here's the stems. Now I'm just wondering how the stems cut, because I think they are a separate piece. I think that's the, oops, oh, the sticky's coming off the sheet with that. Oh, you stay there. You stay there. So let's have a look. Yes, okay, so the stems are going to cut separately. So we don't want to stamp them. If you were stamping just onto a panel, you could stamp them together like that. But because I'm going to die cut my pieces that I'm going to put onto my panel to give them a little bit of depth, I'm going to stamp these two pieces individually. So then I can do the die cutting. Don't you reckon that looks like a giraffe? Do you think that looks like a baby giraffe? Every time I look at that die, I think it looks like a giraffe. I've got giraffes on the brain lately. All right, so let's stamp our stems. We might do a couple of those just because we can. So we'll save a little bit of, I'll turn this one up the other way so we can fit more in on the page. Let's do a third one, or do another one down here. And then we've got some more that we can die cut to create with later. All right, so close that one up. All right, let me scroll back up on some comments here. Oh, Julie says she's seen melon mambo used with fresh freesia. Oh, that sounds like a nice combo. Yeah, that could work. All right, so now we're going to go Highland Heather Gorgeous Grape. Now, if you are doing this, you can either clean your stamp between colours, or you can start on the lighter colour first. So let's go with the lighter colour. And make sure I ink that up properly. Get a good coverage of ink on there. And let's go that way. All right, and then I'm going to use a scrap. Got all these little scraps over here of paper. Just ink that off and then go into my darker colour. You wouldn't want to do it the other way around because you don't want to take that darker colour into your lighter colour. And just line that up there. There we go. Now that'll lighten a little bit as the colour dries. It's just very wet at the moment, so it's quite heavy. So that'll dry. And I'm just thinking I might do another one with the Highland Heather and might do Highland Heather first and second generation as well. And this time I will clean my stamp because I want to make sure that I've taken off that dark ink. Get another piece of cardstock. Okay, and this time, so make sure our stamp is nice and dry after cleaning it, especially because we've got solid images on this one. So we're going to do first and second gen this time. So first generation, and then we're going to just move the stamp a little bit and offset those flowers and do second generation. There we go. So there's the two. So that's Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather, and that's just Highland Heather first generation and second generation. So there, that's the two different looks there with those colours. All right, has anybody got this? Totally looks like a giraffe, right, Brenton? I know. And because I've been looking at giraffes a lot the last couple of days because I was wearing my giraffe brooch, was it yesterday or day before? I've lost track of the days now. And I had posted about that on my social media about my giraffe brooch. So I've got giraffes on the brain. But even so, even before that, when I first saw these dies, I thought, oh my goodness, that looks like a giraffe. Okay, so now we can die cut these. And we might die cut some of these other florals as well to add in. I think I want to die cut some leaves. We want to add some leaves as well. Let's see if I can get this off the sticky sheet. Oh, giraffes are a favourite animal of yours. Oh, there you go. Beautiful. Do you have the stamp set that I was posting about yesterday as well? Did you see the what is it? The precious, oh my goodness, what is it called? The one I posted yesterday. Let me go back and have a look. I forget what it's called. Something and precious. Sweet and Precious stamp set that's got the giraffes in it and the penguins and the sloths. That's a super cute stamp set. Have you got that one, Brenton? Yes, you have. And you've got this suite too. Oh, awesome. Awesome. I'll have to go back and check your Insta, Brenton. I'm sure you've created lots of beautiful projects already with this one. Your projects are always beautiful. All right. Oh, you know what I didn't stamp? I didn't stamp some butterflies. Well, we might... do I want to stamp and die cut the butterflies, or do I want to stamp them directly on... We'll think about that. I'm not sure with the butterflies. We'll see, we'll see. I might stamp them directly on the panel that I'm going to be using. Okay. Oh, I didn't clean this one. I better clean this one too. Oh, you don't have the Sweet and Precious. Oh, well, now I've brought it to your attention, the fact that it has giraffes in it, Brenton. You might need to add it to your list. Add it to that shopping list. It's on my list too. All right, so I've cleaned all of those. Okay, I'll pop those over there out of the way. And let's do a little bit of die cutting. Oh, you know what? I think what I'm going to do is I might stamp some of those little butterflies in the background, if that works, because I'm going to use the paper butterflies to embellish. So I've got these big ones. So I might stamp some of those little ones sort of in the background as well. So, yeah, don't let me forget about those. I need to put these somewhere where I'm going to see them. Now, let me move all of this. Got all of my my samples over here. Oh, there's another scrap. My samples over here, I'll move them and I'll put my embellishments right here in front of me. I've pulled out a couple of ribbons that I thought might work too, and some linen trim, because I think linen trim would go really well. All right, I was going to use my large machine, but I think I'm going to grab my mini for this one. Hang on one sec, I'll grab that. Poor little mini's looking a little bit dusty. It's been on the shelf for a few weeks, since before Christmas. Let me just give it a quick little wipe over so you don't see all the dust. There we go. Probably needs a proper wipe over with a wet wipe or something, but it's okay. Yes, it's been sitting down there unused for a few weeks. It's very sad and lonely. Oh, you haven't created with this suite yet, Brenton. Oh my goodness. I thought you would have been all over it by now. Oh, there you go. You've probably been as busy as I have with lots of other things. It's been a busy time, hasn't it? Like the Christmas New Year break, you sort of think, oh, great, like I get to have a break. And well, I did. I was thinking, yeah, I'm going to take a couple of weeks off. I'm going to just relax and have a break. And well, I took the couple of weeks off, but I wouldn't say that I really had a break. I didn't craft. I was actually hoping to craft for fun. I was hoping to do some of my own crafting during that time. That was the plan, but there was so much else happening with the family and everything that I just didn't get time. There we go. So, all right, I've cut them out and let's put them on. Okay, so the mini stamp and cut and emboss, the mini stamp and cut and emboss machine is a great little handy tool to have if you love crafting. It's a great size to have on your desk. If you haven't seen one of these before, they are available in the online store and in the annual catalogue. So let's die cut this one first. So this is the small machine. There is a large one as well. But this one is great to have just on your desktop to die cut little pieces like this or little images like this. I'm going to use some of my Post-it tape here. Not that it's Post-it brand. It's not any particular brand. It's just a cheapy brand. I can't remember what it was. something. I got it from Officeworks if anybody's looking for it here in Australia. Officeworks is one of our big stationery stores here in Australia. All right, so I'm going to do that one and this one. Let's move that one up there. Put this one on here. I love that you can just tear this off. It's really cool. Took me a long time to find that. I was looking for, I've seen other demonstrators use the post-it tape, and my local stationery store just hasn't stocked it. And then I saw those ones and I'm like, oh, they'll do the same thing. They're just a bit smaller. So there we go. We'll pop those two on together, put our top plate on, and we'll crank this through. There we go. Oh, you've been creating with the Be Mine Suite. Oh, yes, actually, I have seen your projects, or I've seen some of your projects with those, with that suite, sorry. Yeah, they've been really beautiful. There we go. All right, so we'll save these little post-it tapes. I save them and use them over and over until they just don't hold anymore. Okay, so even though we cut off those extra little pieces that we had when we repositioned the stamp, it still looks really good because you've got the extra colour in the image there rather than it just being one single colour. So it gives just an added little bit of interest. All right, so we'll do another one. We'll do this one as well. So when I'm lining up the die, I'm lining that up on the main colour, the first colour that I stamped. Not on the second step color stamp. All right, little giraffe die, come on, let's take you out of there. And I'm going to use you again, and we'll cut another stem just because we can. I'll line that up on there. And the other good thing with the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is it's great to take with you places. So if you're going on holidays or visiting, or you're going to a crop or a class or something like that, you can take your own machine with you. So then you're not having to share other people's machines or wait, you know, for other people to be finished with the machine. You can just have your own. And they even fit in the don't know if you've seen the Stampin' Up lunch bag with the carry handles. I think they're still available. They fit in those as well. Fits perfectly in that. Oh, my battery's going flat on my computer. Let me grab my charger and just plug that in, everyone. Hang on a sec. I specifically didn't plug it in, you know, because I thought, oh no, it'll be fine. There's plenty of charge on the computer. It's going to last. But no. It's decided to go flat quicker than I expected. Now, hang on a minute. I've got to thread this through, feed that over to the other side of the desk where my computer sits. Around the back of the computer. It's a bit of a process. Plug that in. There we go. Okay. All right. Has anybody been to any of those butterfly farms? I've always wanted to go to a butterfly farm. I've seen them, and I know people that have been to butterfly farms, but I've never been to one, but they look amazing. I think it would be beautiful, so beautiful to have those butterflies just come and, you know, fly all around you and land on you, and I love butterflies. So beautiful. There we go. So usually if ever there's a butterfly stamp set, it's usually top of my list, or dies. Okay, so we've got those ones cut. Now I'm going to do some of these leafy images. Now I'm just not sure what colour though. Let's see. Grab my cardstock colours out. Well, we've got shaded spruce there, so maybe we should go with one of the other greens. Maybe we should go, or should we keep it shaded spruce? Let's see, if I use that one, do I want to use that one or that one? I don't know. What colour greenery would we have? Hang on, let's get rid of all these other colours. They're distracting from the greens. We have that green behind. We're going to have shaded spruce stem. Oh yeah, we could do crumb cake. That's a good idea. Crumb cake leaves. Well, I was going to do crumb cake sentiment. Wondering if we should have same green as this. Maybe I need to cut one to see. All right. Actually, I'm going to see if I've got some scraps in those colours. Hang on a sec. Aha, there we go. I don't know if this one is wide enough. I don't think. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh yeah, it'll fit. It'll just fit. I like your idea about crumb cake too, Brenton. Crumb cake might look good in the background too. Crumb cake leaves. Don't know. We'll see. We'll have a little play. I've got those two. What was the other one? Pretty Peacock. I prefer to use up my scraps as much as possible for little things like that rather than cutting into a full new piece. That's why I keep my scraps. And if you're wondering how I keep my scraps, I think I have actually shown this in a post before. Oh, that's a belly band. I keep them, I've got these bags, these A4 bags that had a little seal on them, so I just cut off the seal. I punched a little semicircle or a half circle in there and then labeled them with the color, and then I just popped that in my shelf with my full pack of papers, or well my pack of cardstock I should say, and then I've got my scraps ready to use. Okie dokie. Let's see. I'm going to need more than one of these though, aren't I? Can't just have one. I'm going to need multiples. Oh, you know what? I wonder if rather than die cutting those ones, I wonder if I just stamp that one. That might be quicker actually. I might stamp that one behind them rather than die cutting. Could have a couple of die cut ones as well, I suppose, couldn't I? Let's just die cut this one. Die cut this one. I'm getting thirsty, I know that much. So much talking. See, I'm out of practice. Usually I can talk for ages, but I'm out of practice because I've been on holidays. There we go. Yes, I was going to say, Brenton, the Be Mine suite, I actually don't have that. I have the paper. I just got the paper last week, but because I really wanted it for the honey pots, because you might know that I love my honey, but yeah, but I don't have the actual whole suite. There we go. Oh, that's a pretty colour. That came out really nicely. I like that. Oh, I might do another one of those in that colour. Oops, oops, oops. I'll go wreck that one. I'll get rid of that one. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's getting hot in here now. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I might put these two dies away, I think, so that I don't lose them. Especially my little giraffe die. It's forever going to be known as the giraffe die. Yes, I do like that colour, so I think I'm going to get some more. I think I need to cut down some more because I didn't have much in the way of scraps in the Lost Lagoon. So I'm going to cut down another piece of Lost Lagoon. There we go. And where'd that die go? Probably just cut some strips. Four centimeters. Some 4cm strips they'll fit on. 4 by 10.5. There we go. Whoopsie. I'll save this little scrap because that'll come in handy for something. Whew. I'm cooking. Cooking. All right. So it's nice just to play, isn't it, with our new products? But I will endeavour to create a whole card. Is anyone playing along with me? Are you crafting as well, or are you just watching what I'm creating? Oh, you'll have to go to Officeworks now. You don't like the post-it tape much. Oh, you've got some, have you? Oh, okay. Yeah, these are really good because you can just tear them off in different lengths of strip that you need, and they're nice and narrow, and they don't stick too tightly either. Like they come off again, you know, quite easily. As you can see, they just peel off without too much drama. We do, of course, also have, or Stampin' Up has the, oh, you know what? I just had an idea. I wonder, would it work? Oh, maybe not, because you've got that big bit there. I was thinking, I wonder if you could use that as a template, like a stencil, and use your blending brushes, but then you've got that big bit there. Should give it a go and have a look. We'll keep that and have a look. Yes, Stampin' Up also, for anyone who isn't aware, Stampin' Up does have the masking paper, which is sort of like post-it tape, I guess, as well, but you can die cut it in, it comes in sheets, so you can die cut it in any, or you can cut it in any size or shape that you wish. It is quite sticky though, so you've got to just be really careful with it. And some people have even suggested just dabbing it off a little bit on your clothing, or even on your skin. Pick up a few skin cells, just to take off a little bit of the tackiness. I've actually got some, but I have to say I don't use it very often. Mainly because I forget. And then, of course, there's also the adhesive sheets. But the adhesive sheets are different. They're like a double-sided tape just in a sheet. And they are great for things like this that are delicate. And in fact, I probably should have put some on. Actually, I should do it on the next one to show you. So that then you don't need to use glue, because it basically turns anything you die cut into a sticker. So let me grab some and I'll show you with the next one. I'll do one more. Now, my adhesive sheets that I have are actually the old ones that Stampin' Up used to carry, but they have their own branded ones now, because these ones were around a really, really long time ago, and I had so much of it. I had bought so much, but it's basically the same product. It's just that Stampin' Up has their own brand now. They used to carry a different brand. All right, so we will put, if I can get the backing off this one now. I've got my glasses on. Oh, I've got my glasses right here. Let me put them on. Isn't that terrible when we get to that age? We can't do anything without our glasses. Can't see to do anything. And I just bend this backwards and forwards a few times to try and separate that. They do have an edge, a peeling edge along them, but I've actually cut that away. There we go. I've actually cut that away, so it made it, see, that's sticky now. All right, so I'll put my, oh, some of that sticky just came off on my finger. I'll put my cardstock on there. I'll try and line that up. I'm trying not to put my sticky finger on there. There we go. Hang on, I'll get that glue off my fingers. I hope that you're all picking up a few little tips and tricks along the way. I'm just going to trim this down. I try and give you extra little tips and things when I'm crafting to help you in your creative journey as well, because not everybody knows every tip and trick. There's always something new to learn. I'm forever learning new things from other people. And it's great to learn some of these little tips and tricks. Oh, I've still got adhesive on my thumb. I can feel it. Trying to trim away as much as I can so that it doesn't make my plate sticky on my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. There we go. Okay. All right. Just get all the sticky off my fingers. Over here. Ugh. Icky sticky. Icky sticky. There we go. Okay. So now you just die cut it as you would normally. Just put your die down as you would. I'll put that. So basically this piece of cardstock has now got double-sided adhesive on the back of it. Okay, so when I die cut this, it's going to become like a sticker. Do you remember the old Xyron machines we used to have? Was it Xyron? I think it was Xyron machines. We used to make our own stickers. My girls, I bought my girls each one of their own because they used to love to use mine. And we've still got them. We don't use them nowadays because now we've got dies and adhesive paper. But yeah, that used to be what we used to do. We used to use it a lot in our scrapbooking. Back in the day when we did a lot of scrapbooking. My girls haven't done any scrapbooking for a really long time. I've done it a bit more recently, but not as much as I should be. All right, so now we've got the adhesive on the back. You've got the protective paper on the back, just like you would have with any double-sided tape. So when we remove that, that'll be sticky. Okay, so that's how that works. And then the rest of that will need to be thrown in the rubbish bin, not in the recycling, because it's got that adhesive on it. Okay, if you had smaller dies, really little dies or punches, you could use that excess cardstock in the corners there to die cut or punch out anything that you might want to use, so that you don't waste it. Okay, so I think we're done with that die. I'll put that away. Put our mini away. Okay. Oh, this is the other thing I was just going to test for you. I was wondering if I got a blending brush. Let's just have a look. Let's grab a green blending brush. And that one looks like it's Old Olive or Mossy Meadow. I'll just grab out my Mossy. I just wanted to see what this would look like. Not that I'm going to do it on this project, but I just wanted to see what this would look like, if it would look any good or not. And I've gone over the edge there. So you'd probably want to have a bit more edge around it if you were going to do that. Oh, okay. So you do get a little bit of a blob there in the middle, but you could cover that over with a sentiment, or if you've got it in the background of something and you just wanted the leafy part to show, that's another technique you would use with those dies. So there you go. Yeah, cool. All right. Okay. So we've got our flowers, our stems. We've got a couple of spare stems there too. We'll keep those for another day. Another day, another project. All right, let me move things over here. We're getting in a bit of a mess. Trying to find room here for everything. Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. There we go. I want to put those out of the way. Okay. So let's see. What are we thinking? Oh, that one I didn't die cut very well. We'll use this one. Do I want that? I kind of like that just on the front there, so you can see a little bit of that. I feel like if I did it that way, it kind of looks a bit weird there. So I think I'd like to put that just there on the front. Do I want that colour or that colour? Which colour do I want? Well, let's pick the paper first, hey? Got those two, and we've got all of these to use as well in the background. All right, and I think we might go with crumb cake for the base, Brenton. That's what I'm thinking. All right, let's pick which paper we're going to use first out of all of these beautiful choices. Let's see, and we're going to have some vellum, I feel. We're going to have some vellum. So let's see. Just feel like that one might be too heavy. That one's a bit softer, isn't it? I guess it depends if you want something softer or heavier. Also too, I just noticed in this paper, this looks like it's got the Orchid Oasis mixed in with the Highland Heather or the Gorgeous Grape. That would be beautiful. Oh, and even these ones, they've got the Berry Burst mixed in as well. So it does look lovely. All right, so let's see. We've got, I want to use one of these florally ones, but I'm not sure which one yet. Well, that one's going to be more for a horizontal card, I think, the way that I've cut that one, rather than, because otherwise I'd have to, I could still chop into it, I suppose. I like these finer detailed ones. I like this one too, actually. I really like this one. I think not that one today. And I think not... Not that one. This one. Or this one, or this one, or this one. So many choices. Maybe not that one today. This one, this one, this one. We've got to, you know, cut it down, haven't we? I do like that. And I do like that. This one's got more blue tones in it. Okay, so let's narrow it down to this one or that one. I like this one. I think I'm going to go with this one today. I think that's the one we are going to use. All right. Oh, and these will go well as well because we've got that colour in the background too. Okay, so now we've got to work out layers and a base. We might need a deeper colour. Or we could have a matte. We're going to need a matte around it anyway, I think. So maybe if we go... might go Pretty Peacock. Oh, actually, you know what? We might need the purples. We might need to bring in the purples. A bit more purple. Purpley purple. If we do Gorgeous Grape. Yes. Gorgeous Grape on a crumb cake base. What do you think about that? And in fact, what we might do is for our layers is we might cut them with the dies. These are the Perennial postage dies. So rather than cutting straight, I'll just see how they're going to measure up. Oh yeah. So we could do that. And then we could do this one in the next size down. Or we could just have it, we could just have this one straight on the postage stamp background. Because we won't really see the detail of this so much with this colour anyway. So we might have this one straight, I think. Okay. Let's die cut this one. I'll just cut this down. my goodness, my desk. My desk. Okay, so we'll cut this base at 15.85, which is exactly half. I'm going to score that at 10.5. And we'll fold it up here in the corner as well. Utilize that corner there to get that nice and square, and use our bone folder to run along the edge there to give it a nice crisp fold. Okay, so it's our card base, and then we're going to take a piece of gorgeous grape. I love this color and I don't get to use it as often as I would like to, so I'm really thankful that we have these dies now. Where's that large die? Just want to double check. Actually, that's this piece. If I go 10.5, is that big die going to fit on 10.5? Yep. Okay, so I just cut this in half at 10.5. There we go. Alrighty, and then we are going to die cut this one. Okay, and then what I need to do is measure the width here and see what we've got. So that's 9 by 12. 9 by 12. I need to write this down. If I don't write it down, it'll go out of my head. So 9 by 12 centimeters is the inside. 9 by 12 centimeters. All right, and if I want a 2mm border, I have to take off 4mm. So it'll be 8.6 by 11.6. So that'll be the next layer. That'll be the DSP layer. DSP, this is the grape. And then I think I'm going to do a vellum layer as well. The vellum layer I might die cut. So we'll do these layers first. I'm going to do them on my big machine. And then we'll come back to the vellum layer. Oh, my desk is getting so messy. I don't like having a mess on camera. Hang on a sec. Let me just tidy this up a little. Got our bits over here that we're using, so that's okay. Messy, messy, messy. Okay. Stick my sticky note up there. Alrighty. So let's die cut this one, and we can cut this one with the trimmer actually. So we'll die cut this one first. Now we need to use our big machine for this one. So we'll bring over the big mama, because these big dies won't fit through the small machine. It's just too little. And I've got a lovely new top plate for this machine. Now, a tip with these large dies that have a straight edge, turn them on an angle, okay, so that straight edge doesn't get caught in the rollers as it goes through, because you'll get a real clunk. You'll get what we call a speed bump. And it does make it harder for the rollers to feed the cardstock through, or the die through, I should say, not the cardstock, but the die. Just hold that down there. So yeah, put them at a little bit of an angle when you've got any die that has a straight edge. Okay, we'll take that through. See, now it goes through lovely and smoothly. Hi, Glenda, how are you? Great to have you with us. Okay, and then now we've got this cool edged piece. Hang on if I can get it out. There we go. Look, looks like a giant postage stamp. Isn't that cool? It's a really cool detail on those dies. All right, so that's the first piece. We're going to come back in with the vellum, because I'm not sure what size that vellum piece needs to be just yet. Oops, my two machines just collided. Okay, there we go. See, we're still going with those same pieces of post-it tape. They last quite a few cuts. Okay, let's put this one back on our die sheet. We're going to trim the DSP with the trimmer, and we're going to trim that at 8.6 wide, 8.6 centimeters wide. Just double check that's going to be, yeah, that looks about right. 8.6. So pretty, this paper, I love it. By 11.6 long, 11.6 centimeters. Now, for those of you who might be watching from other countries, keep this piece, you'll use it for another project. I only give my measurements in metric because that is predominantly what we use here in Australia. And not all of our measurements convert exactly or directly to imperial measurements, because your card bases are actually a different size to ours. Ours are from A4 cardstock, yours is from letter size cardstock. So our card bases are taller and more narrow than yours. So that's why a lot of our conversions don't work exactly to match the card base. But if you're using dies, then the dies are the same sizes for both countries. Okay, now look how beautiful that looks on the gorgeous grape. That is gorgeous. Look at that. Now, the only thing is we've got a lot of colour, top and bottom, but I actually don't mind that because I think it really showcases this DSP. What do you reckon? I actually don't mind that. I really like that on the crumb cake. That was a great idea. All right. Now, the next thing is I was going to do like you could just put a sentiment on that and be done. Or you could put one of those, one of the butterflies on there with a sentiment and be done. I'd probably put a smaller one. It just is such beautiful paper. You really don't need to add too much more to that if you didn't want to. Okay, I'm just trying to take this paper butterfly out very carefully. There we go. I think I'll use the little one. Oops, that's why it was hard to get out. I accidentally took out the one below it as well. I've got 2 sheets here. There you go. You actually get 8 sheets in the packet, but I've just got 2 because I shared them with some other people as well. I'll pop them up there. All right. Oh, I'm loving this already, but I haven't even done much yet because we spent a lot of time playing with the products. Oh, where did my stem go? Okay, hang on a minute. I've lost my stem. Oh, that's the wrong one. I was going to use the lighter one. That's right. Okay, here we go. I feel like I need to adhere those. So I need some vellum over this one. So maybe the vellum needs to be exactly the same size as that, because I was thinking maybe I would do it with a little border. Now I'm thinking maybe the vellum needs to be exactly the same size, because the other thing I was thinking is maybe I need to, see lots of maybes today, die cut, but I think it's going to be too, I was maybe going to die cut the vellum to go over the top of that, what that would look like. Let's give that a go and just see. Hang on, I'll trim that vellum down first. I'm going to need to take a sip of water because I'm getting very, very thirsty. Hang on 2 secs. I'll just cut this first. Oh, cut that first. There we go. Let me take a sip of water. I didn't make a cup of tea today because I knew I would get hot. Oh, hey, Janelle, how are you? Great to have you here. Oh, you can't stay long, Glenda? That's okay. No problem at all. Oh, good. It's good to have you here for as long as you can stay. All right, there we go. So I'm going to just trim off some from the bottom as well, because I don't want to waste that vellum by running that through the die cutting machine and have it getting marked or anything from the plates, even though I've got new plates in my machine. I might just run this through off camera just to make it a little bit quicker. And I'll move that so that the lights aren't reflecting. There we go. Okay. Now vellum needs to go in the ordinary rubbish bin, not in the recycling, because it's got that sort of waxy, I don't know if it's waxy, what you'd call it, but it's not paper as such. So it can't go in the paper recycling, I believe. All right. So then that could go on there, like so. No, I actually don't like that. I think it needs to be the same size piece as this one. Yeah, I think it looks a bit weird. I'll save that for another project. That's okay. That's all right. All right, let's cut another piece of vellum then. And it's going to be the same size as this piece. So it's going to be 8 points, yeah, that's right, 8.6 wide, 8.6 by 11.6. There we go. Oh, that got stuck down in the truck. There we go. Lucky I saw that. Nearly tore my vellum then too. It was just such a little smidge I was taking off it. It wanted to try and grab. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to put this on here. I'm not adhering anything yet because we're going to need some twine as well. I thought we could probably put some of these in the background, but maybe not. Maybe it's not going to work. Maybe behind. Might need to trim them. Might be too much. It might actually detract from. Oh yeah, no, that's not going to work. Okay. That's okay. We'll keep working with it. See what we come up with. Could have that straight over there. Actually, if I put that at a bit of an angle, that looks a bit better on those stems, with the stems behind. I don't know, what do you think, in front or behind? Kind of thinking in front. We'll put our butterfly up here. We can put a sentiment here, and I want to put some twine around this. I think I need to glue that on. Glenda says, I'm using this DSP for a double Z fold card at the moment. Oh, that sounds awesome. Lovely. I love Z fold cards. They're so lovely. Okay. Undecided about these stems. How do you use the stems, Glenda? Do you put them in front of the flowers? Do you attach them to the front of the flowers or behind? I think I like them in front of. I feel like the flowers look a bit, I don't know, they look a bit wrong. How does that look on camera? It doesn't look as bad on camera. You put them in front? Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, in front. That's what I'll do. I'll do what you do. Thanks, Glenda. Thanks for the tip. I love that we can help each other out with these things. All right. So I'll attach that on there. In front. Oh, Kathleen says in front as well. Have you got these ones as well, Kathleen? Or you just think it looks better in front? Let's put it at a little bit of an angle there like that. Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for that. Yeah, that looks better, hey? Just looks like it's meant to be that way. All right. Now, before we go any further, I wanted to colour my butterfly as well, but I'm also going to need... Oh, you do? You have this one. Oh, awesome. You love it as well. Yeah, that's beautiful, isn't it? So pretty. Oh, you know what? I wonder, that down there. Hang on. Gotta get, this keeps moving on me. It's okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere this piece to this piece, so I've got less moving parts because it keeps moving and it's making it hard for me to work out my layout. There we go. All right, so we'll pop this one on the die cut piece, the die cut giant postage stamp. Move over, move over. It's not moving, it's stuck already. Okay, it is what it is, not quite centered, but that's okay. We'll just run with it today. I'm normally very fussy about that, but when you're filming, sometimes you just got to go with the flow. Okay. That there, that there. Do like that at an angle, but I'm going to try it straight. This, I've changed a little bit. I was thinking I was going to have an extra layer of white, but there's just not enough space because the dies are kind of a different size to what I was expecting them to be. And as I hadn't played with it yet, I could have had that coming out from there. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure. Anyway, okay, so let's choose a sentiment. I'm not sure if these ones are going to work on this card. So I was thinking maybe behind there. They sort of come from behind. Could they? Could they? Could they? I don't know. Oops. Oh, that could maybe. Oh, bye, Glenda. Have a lovely evening. Thanks for joining us. How would that look? Well, that doesn't look terrible. I'll sit it there for a minute, see if it grows on me. Yeah, I'll see. Actually, I don't mind that with a bit of greenery there. Okay, sentiments. Let's see, what have we got? Here for you always. Thank you for your friendship. I know you'll get through this. Sending love and best wishes. That's a nice one. You are loved beyond measure. You're simply marvelous. I can't thank you enough. Happy Mother's Day. You mean the world to me. And big hugs. Let's see what's going to fit. I'm going to put a sentiment here. And we'll just see what is going to fit. I do like, I can't thank you enough, and sending love and wishes. So let's see, I can't thank you enough. Which one is it? That's sending love and wishes. That could fit. That could fit there. I wonder if it would fit in one of the little postage stamps. It'd be too big. Oh, these are so stuck. Very well stuck. Oh, it might fit on that one. Okay. So that might fit in that. Yeah, I'll have to put the sticker on. And I can't thank you enough. Oh, here it is. It's a bigger one. Might be a bit big. Okay, we'll take the stickers out because we'll put the stickers on there. I'll just take the paper backing off the back of those. I can't thank you enough. That one would go over. Well, that one could go over the stems a little bit. But it won't, it'll be too big. I think a postage stamp sentiment would be too big there. I think I just cut a strip. Yeah, or, yeah, no, it's too big for a square as well. Okay, let's put the stickers on these two and then we can decide. I'm going to grab one of my D blocks. Let's take that stamp off there. And love and best wishes. So this is how I do my stickers for my cling stamps. I remove the entire sticker from the sticker sheet. I put it on my block. I then remove the paper covering part, both sides. And then I've got my stamp here. I check that my stamp is the correct way up, but it should be because every sticker is uniquely cut to the shape of the stamp, okay? And then with good lighting, bring my lights right in above me. I line my sticker up with the shape of the stamp and very carefully put it down, give it a good push, get my nail under the corner, and then I just take one corner, and I usually do the bottom right hand corner so I always know it's the same, and I dab it on the sleeve of my shirt, or you can do it on your skin, just so that you've got one corner that's not super sticky, so that you can always get up one corner, and then you've got your stickers. Okay, so that's that one. So I'll pop that one over there. We'll do the other one. What was this one? I can't thank you enough. So find the sticker. I can't thank you enough. That's it there. Is that actually going to fit on a D block, or do I need a big one? I think it'll fit. It's pretty big. It's a much bigger sentiment, this one. Just make sure it's going to fit on your block. There we go, press it on, take off your backing, and each of the backing papers is split in half to make it easier to put them on. Now there are instructions inside the stamp case of how to put your stickers, apply your stickers to your cling stamps, which is how I used to do them, but I just find that this technique is much better and I get them lined up much more easily. There we go. Push, push, push. Get your fingernail under a corner, or if you don't have a fingernail, take your pick tool, dab it off, dab a corner off on your clothing, and there you've got your sentiment ready to go. So now we can see exactly where that would go. I can't thank you enough. Oh, I like that actually. We might stamp that and just cut around it and put that on there. All right, I'll put those away, back in the case. But I might stamp this one too. I'll grab another block. Oh, I've got a little block here that'll fit that one. That one's actually kind of, you've got to line that up. Kind of goes like that. Sorry, I don't know if I just got my head in camera then. Apologies if I did. And what colour should we stamp that in? Should we stamp it in the purple, or should we do it in the crumb cake? Might bring in a little bit more crumb cake, hey? Let's grab crumb cake. And we're going to stamp that onto white. Now I've got to find my white cardstock. I've buried it. Found it. There we go. So if we're going to die cut that one, let's make sure we can fit that there just as a test to see. Okay, so line that up straightish. There we go. I didn't actually clean this one beforehand, but it's not such a worry with the cling stamps. It's more the photopolymer that you need to make sure that you clean before you use them. And I did clean all of mine before I used them. All right, so let's stamp this other one as well. Oops. My ink pad is very juicy. I think I've not long inked it. It's quite juicy. I might give this stamp a bit of a clean. It's a little bit blobby, but that could be because the ink pad is very inky. Okay, let's see. It's very wet. I can hear it. It's going squelch, squelch, squelch. Oh, that's better. Okay, so there we've got our 2 sentiments. Now, if you wanted to stamp them in one of the purples, you could, to bring in more of the purple, but I wanted to bring in a little bit more of the crumb cake. We do have the crumb cake in the paper, but we've muted that down with the vellum. So this is just a really basic design. And if you were casing this, then it would be a quick and easy design. It's just that because I was fiddling with a few different techniques and different ideas, it's just taken that little bit longer. Now, we don't have our twine yet. We need to add some twine as well. And I'm going to die cut this one. So I'll just trim that off there, trim that off there. I'll line this up straight, which is a bit tricky when I've not stamped it straight on the cardstock. So I'm trying to line up the sending with the top of the die. We'll see how that is. Okay. Stick that there. All right, I'll just quickly run that through my machine. Give me 2 secs. There we go. So we can put that down there. I better clean these too. Did I clean these yet? I can't remember. Did I clean them? Did you see me clean them? I don't know. I don't know if I cleaned them or not. There we go. We'll move them out of the way anyway. Okay. Pop that die back over on the die sheet so we don't lose that. All right, and so I'm not sure which sentiment I'll use. I might just quickly fussy cut this one. So if we don't use it today, like I can still use it another day for another project, but then we've got options. Do you like fussy cutting your sentiments? Is that something you've tried? This is a technique that's come back over the last couple of years actually, but it's one that we used to do all the time when I was originally, I might round the corners just so it, when I originally started crafting how many years ago? How old's my son? 23 years ago, nearly 24 years ago. This is a technique that we used all the time, was cutting out our sentiments. But it went away for a little while, but now it's back and lots of people are doing it. I don't tend to do it as much because I like to use my punches and my dies, or sometimes I just like to have a straight strip sentiment. But there you go. So, oh, that looks nice too, doesn't it? Oh, thank you, Vicky. Vicky said very pretty. Stamp the sentiment in purple. You think it would look nicer in purple? I did wonder about that, if I should do it in purple or in the crumb cake. I quite like this one though, that's fussy cut rather than the postage stamp one. What if I inked the edges of this with purple? Do you think that would look better? What do you think? Whoops. I still need to add some twine there as well. Do you think that needs to be purple? I like these behind there now. They've grown on me. I think it adds a little bit more, just a little bit more of something, doesn't it, to the piece. And I was going to colour our, so we'll leave that there for the moment. Fussy cut purple sentiment would look nice. Okay. All right, what colour purple would we like then? So I've got two that have asked for a purple sentiment. Do we want the Highland Heather or the Gorgeous Grape? I think we ended up going with Highland Heather for the stamped image because the grape is quite a bit darker, but this is the Gorgeous Grape. This layer is Gorgeous Grape. So do we want to go Gorgeous Grape or Highland Heather for the sentiment? Gorgeous Grape, Vicky says. Anybody else got any opinions on the colour? Do you think the Gorgeous Grape? It would tie in more of the Gorgeous Grape from the layer here, wouldn't it? All right, let's try the Gorgeous Grape. Let's see how that looks. There's our, I can't thank you enough. And we've still got some, let's see. We'll use up some scrap here. Oh, that one's not going to quite fit, I think. That's all right. We'll use this one. It'll fit on this one. There we go. Okay. Clean that stamp again. Okay, cut that away from the other one. We can save that other one for another project. And we'll fussy cut this one. I'm going to put my glasses back on again. I just took them off. I'll put them back on so I can see. All right, I'll go around the Y to begin with. So when you're fussy cutting, if you're unfamiliar with how to fussy cut, or if you struggle with fussy cutting, the best way to do it is with your dominant hand, hold your scissors in that hand obviously, and just open and close your blades of your scissors with that hand. With the other hand, so that's my right hand, because I'm right-handed, obviously. With your other hand, that is the one that you want to manipulate the cardstock with. So you notice that I'm turning the cardstock with my left hand, and my right hand is just controlling the blades of the scissors. Okay, as you go, if you've got lots of big pieces of cardstock, you can cut them away to make it a bit easier. Whoops. And then that way it makes it so much easier, and it's less, you've got more control, and it's less hard on this hand because you're not trying to crane your hand around your piece of cardstock with your scissors. There we go. All right, let's have a look. Oh yeah, that'll look nice. Good thinking, everybody. Thank you for that, for your tips. Yep, I think I like that one. All right, and now we're going to do the paper butterfly, and then we're going to put it all together, and we need some twine as well. I had the twine out. I think the twine is going to work best. This is the linen thread, actually, because it's finer. But I also had out two others that would coordinate with this paper. I thought the pecan pie center stripe ribbon would go well with this suite. Perhaps not with this particular project. Well, it wouldn't look bad actually if we had a strip going under there. But I also had this one, which is the Lost Lagoon bordered ribbon. This one would go really well with the suite as well. In fact, that one would look nice with this card too. So maybe I could even do some of that. That one or the linen thread. Oh, this is a new spool of linen thread. Where's the end? I have to find the end. Here we go. Found it. I could do that one or that one. Okay, anybody got any thoughts on ribbon? Do you like the Lost Lagoon ribbon or do you like the linen thread? Which one? I do quite like that. That ties in the leaves there. That's really pretty actually. Oh, I think I really want to use that one. And then we've got our butterfly that we need to colour. All right, I'll let you think on the ribbons for the moment, and I'll get to colouring the butterfly. So we'll bring in a little scrap of paper. I've got my paper butterflies from the Butterfly Accents, which I've now put down and can't find. Here we go. This is the paper butterfly accents, and you've got 5 different sized butterflies on there. I'm just using one of the smaller ones, and I'm going to take my I think I'm going to do this in Highland Heather as well. Oh, actually, I wonder if fresh freesia might look good. Oops, hang on, I've got an ink pad avalanche over here. There we go. I might test both of these and see. Oh, you like the Lost Lagoon ribbon, Rose? Yeah, I do too, actually. Let's see, who else have we got? Yep, okay, great. Vicky, you like the sentiment? Fantastic. Try and tie the linen thread around the stalk of the lavender and tie a bow. That was my other idea. That was actually my original idea rather than putting it around here. Could I do this and the linen thread around there perhaps? Rose, you like the Lost Lagoon ribbon? Yeah. Well, we are going to have the sentiment going across there as well. So yeah, we'll give that a try in a minute, Vicky. I'll play with this little butterfly first and then we'll see how we go. Now, we've got the large blending brushes and the small blending brushes. I'm thinking I'm going to use some of my small blending brushes on this one. I've got a new set out in there. I might just try the Fresh Freesia first. I'm just going to test that to see the colour, and I'll test with the Highland Heather with my big brush just to see the difference in the colours. See what colour is going to look best on there with the... We might go with a bit of Fresh Freesia just to add in a little bit of a different colour, I think. Oh, you like the Lost Lagoon ribbon and the linen thread, Vicky? Yeah, I'll see if it'll work with both. I'll have a little play in a minute. All right, so I'm just going to do some around the tips of the wings. So you could use these butterflies just as they are, just white, or you can add colour, as I mentioned at the beginning of my my live today, you can use any colouring medium that you want to colour your butterflies. We've got so many different ones to choose from. So you could, yeah, you could use any of those. Oh, that just gives a really soft, and look, if you wanted to make a background, you could use these butterflies to make a background and actually just sponge over the whole thing, or blend over the whole butterfly and make beautiful backgrounds. So many tips today. There we go. So that's really pretty and soft. Oh, that's lovely. And if you wanted to make it a bit darker, you could take your hang on a sec. Let me grab my sponge dauber. What do we want? Fresh freesia. Ouch. Nearly broke my fingernail. Take the sponge dauber and just add a little bit of extra. It's just a little bit more concentrated, the colour, with the sponge dauber. So you can just add a little bit of the same colour with the sponge dauber around the edges. Just give that little bit more depth in the colour there around the wings. Beautiful. See if we can get all the way down here. We'll move those little antennae out of the way. There we go. Gorgeous. Oh, that looks much better. Yeah, I like that. And then for the body, we can colour the body and the antennae. Look, you can leave it white if you want to, or you can colour it. I was thinking maybe using the Stampin' Up marker and just colouring the body and the antennae with the Stampin' Up marker. I might use the fine tip just so I can get the line there of the body, and then I can use my brush tip to fill in the colour. I've just turned it upside down because it's easier for me to work in that direction. You can use Stampin' Blends to do this as well. There we go. And that just gives it a little bit of colour on the body without being too heavy. I didn't really want to add in any black. Pretty. Okay, and then what we can do is we can shape the wings with our bone folder. Just very gentle. Now these are paper. They're not cardstock, these butterflies, so just be really gentle with them. They're a little bit delicate. There we go, just to give them a little bit of shape there. Okay, so we've got our butterfly ready. All right. Put our colouring tools away. Okay, now let's try this. We're going to put a little bit of trim around. Now, if ever you find that your linen thread is a little bit curly when it comes off the roll, just take your bone folder and run that trim between the bone folder and your thumb, and it helps to take out some of those really tight kinks. All right, we're going to tie this around our lavender. Actually, I'll tie it from the other direction. There we go. Now you can either tie it once, or you might want to wrap it around a few times. I think I want to wrap it around a few times actually. I think that will look nice. Whoops. Doing this khaki-handed here. I'm just getting all tangly-wangly. 1, 2. I'm going to take it around again. 3. There we go. And then we'll tie this. I've given myself a bit of extra length here, just so I've got enough to play with. Oh, I think it needed to go around one more time actually. I've only ended up going around twice. I thought I went around 3 times. I'll take this long bit around because it's super long. There we go, 3 times. Good to have uneven numbers on our projects because apparently it's more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. So they say. tie our little bow on here. All right, so just trim that off. Fix up my bow. I have a gigantic bow. We don't need a gigantic bow on a small bunch of flowers. There we go, that's better. Okay, I'll trim these. Oops, I'll trim that one a little bit short. Got a bit carried away there. That's okay. That's okay. We're going to separate the ends of our twine, as I always like to do. Make it a little bit more rustic. Just elongate those bows a little bit. Okay, let's see now. I think I might have chopped that end a little bit too short. That's okay. Oh no, that's all right. I've readjusted it. So we could do that. And then we can still have that down there. Oops, this is moved now. Still have that along there, and then have that in there. Our butterfly up here. That's not sitting right now where I had it. I'll fix that in a moment. We'll get the general gist of it anyway. Put the butterfly down there a little bit perhaps. Yeah, I think we're getting somewhere. And now as to whether or not we add this ribbon in or not as well. I think that ribbon would still go, wouldn't it? Just don't want it to end up too cluttered. We'll mount our sentiment up, so that'll be up a little bit. What do you think? Do we leave it like that, or do we add that ribbon as well? Could add a strip of that there. We could just add a strip. We could tie a little. We could do a faux knot. Could add that to the back. All right, let's see. Now I haven't got the vellum adhered down yet. Actually, that would help to hold it down. But I need to work out where this is going to go so I can put some adhesive behind there to hide the adhesive. Oh, thank you, Vicky. Glad you like it. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to use some glue dots to hold. Actually, no, I'm going to use some of this. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive behind here where that flower is going to sit. Oh, let's get this moving. So that's where that's going to go. So that'll hide that. And then we can put a little bit just here. Just add a few little bits of adhesive behind where it's going to be covered up by some of the elements on the card. That'll probably be enough. And when we wrap our ribbon, that'll help to hold it as well. All right, so we'll add our vellum. There we go. We'll take our tape, our ribbon. Oh, I already cut a piece of that. I'm going to adhere that with my glue dots. So I'm just going to put a glue dot on each end there. These new glue dots, I don't know if you've noticed, but the new glue dots that we're getting now are a bit bigger than the old ones, which is really good. Sometimes the other ones just weren't quite big enough. These new ones are really good. And to be able to line it up, I'm actually going to use the die where the little cutouts are for the postage stamp. There we go, and that'll help to hold our vellum down as well. Okay, and then we can add that to the front of our card, and then we can start putting all of our other elements on top. Now, because I've got the ribbon there, I'll just see, can I get this? No, I'm going to use tear and tape actually. I'm going to use the tear and tape so I can get that over the top of the ribbon. So I'll put one piece along here. Get my tape scissors. And one piece along the top. When you're using adhesives on your projects, don't ever skimp on your adhesive, because you don't want your project to fall apart after the recipient receives it at any stage. I've actually had projects or cards that have been given to me, and after a time they've fallen apart, or the layers have fallen off, or the embellishments, you know, or the layers on the front have fallen off after time. So make sure you use good strong adhesive. The Stampin' Up definitely are fantastic, and that way you'll be sure that your projects will not fall apart, because you definitely do not want them falling apart when you've put all of that time and effort into them. You don't want them coming apart. All right, so there we go. We'll line this up. Stick, stick, stick. Okay, now these bits, these green bits, we'll get a bit of glue, a bit of our green glue, our multi-purpose liquid glue, and we're going to adhere. What I'm going to do is just put some glue on the stems. I could stick them, well, I will stick them. I'll put glue behind them as well to adhere them to the front of the card. But just so that I can get them positioned in the right place behind where I want them on the lavender, I'm just going to do it this way. And then we can add some extra adhesive to them. There we go. So look, so now I can see which parts are going to adhere to the back of the card. I can just sneak in here with a little bit more glue and then just get that to stick down. If you're doing this too, make sure that you have got your twine tied around before you add the extra greenery, because otherwise you won't get that that linen thread, I should say. You won't get that linen thread around behind it. This one might need the tail cut off a little bit. Let me see how I can get that in there. Just sits at a bit of a different angle. Oh no, that should be okay. If you need to, you can trim off a little bit of the end there. Okay, I'll just put that much glue to begin with. We can always add more glue, but you can't take it away. Oh, and in fact, I think I've put a bit too much. I've put it in the wrong spot. Okay, let's see if I can wipe that back off. Wipe that back off, that glue. Oh, now I need a wipe. Hang on, I need a baby wipe now. Now I've got gluey fingers. No worries, Rose. Thanks for joining us. Thank you. Oh, Brenton, I just saw your comment. You'd leave it without the green ribbon. Oops, too late. Sorry. I didn't see your comment. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so that's going to come out there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere. Oh, this was the one that I had the adhesive on the back of. The adhesive sheet. I forgot I'd done that. That's all right. All right, so we'll just adhere that there like that. There we go. That'll be pretty there like that. And what I might do is I might adhere the stems flat, and then with the greenery, actually, if I can get that on second thoughts, changing my mind about this greenery. Yeah, I might actually put some, I'll let the greenery be flat down there, and I'm going to put some, oh my goodness, my mind has gone blank, dimensionals behind here. So that's what I'll do. So I'll adhere those, they can go down on the card, and then this part here can have dimensionals just to give an extra little lift. I think I might use some minis to get into those tiny little spaces. And I'll just put one more under here. There we go. All right. I think with this suite, I could sit here and play for hours and still keep creating. All right, so I'll put a bit of glue on the stems here and on these greenery bits because they're going to stick flat. Now this one actually has the backing paper on it because that's the one I used the adhesive sheet, but now I've stuck it to the, which I forgot about. And can I get it off now? I probably can't even get it off now. Oh, yep, there we go. So I can peel that off. There we go, and I'll just trim that off there. So that's sticky. There we go. So we've got a bit of a combo here, a bit of a glue combo happening, but all good. Okay, now we're going to adhere that over where we had the glue at the back there. There we go. So what you could do, like if you knew exactly your positioning, because I was still kind of winging it at the time, you could adhere your greenery down first and then put your, like pop your florals up onto your dimensionals. I just kind of did it around, I did it sort of around a weird way today. As I said, I'm just getting back into everything. All right, so then we'll stick all that down. Great. Good, good, good. Okay, so now we've got our sentiment, which we're going to pop up on dimensionals. So I'm going to pop that in there. Oh, didn't want that to stick up. I'm going to put that up on dimensionals. So I'll put some dimensionals in here. That's going to go in there. Now I had a bit of a sticky bit on there on the leaf there, so I'm going to see if I can cover that up with my sentiment, which will be about there. I might just put a little, another little one just there. And just here, I'll put a bit of glue because that's going to sit down onto the stamped image there. Just put a little bit of glue there. There we go. Now, normally I would dauber around the edges of that because you know I love daubering the edges of my sentiment, but I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to just leave it crisp white. There we go. And then we've got our little butterfly there. So I'll see if I've got a little edge piece. I've got a whole stack of cut edge pieces. Oh, where's all my other sheets of all my edge pieces? Have I used them all? Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. I will get one from here. And we'll cut a little edge piece to just put in under the butterfly there. So these are the edge pieces from the Stampin' Dimensionals. Always keep them because they come in so handy for these little fiddly little bits. I'll put one just in there on the butterfly. And I might even put one up here. I'll get another one of those little tiny narrow bits. Use my take a pick tool. And there's a little wider space here on the wing. I'm just going to put another little piece there so that we've got plenty of adhesive. Because again, as I said, you want to use plenty of adhesive. You don't want your images to fall off your card. And there's another one. Now you could just stick these flat if you don't want to fiddle with these tiny little pieces of Stampin' Dimensional, but I wanted my butterfly to have a little bit of added dimension. So, okay, so we can pop the butterfly up here, we can put it in here, kind of like it in here actually, so it's everything's sort of clustered together. Let's pop it in there like that. There we go. Give that a little push. There we go. So now I can decide if I want to, whether or not I do an extra little faux knot here or I just leave it as a strip. Let's just trim that and see what we think. See what we think. Have a little faux knot or over there. Oops, that one didn't cut at an angle. I was trying to cut that at an angle then and it didn't. It went straight. Ugh. Everything is sticking to me now. I've got sticky fingers. And lastly, our bling. So I kind of feel like this might need to be over here. Good thing about these faux knots is you can move them around and reposition them anywhere you want to have them. What do you think? Faux knot or not? Do we want the knot or do we not want the knot? I don't mind it there actually. I don't mind it there. I can tie that a little bit tighter. There we go. Now my iPad is going to die as well. Am I liking that? I don't know. There's a lot going on, isn't there? All right, let's add some bling. Now, if you wanted to, you could add Wink of Stella to your butterfly. You could add Wink of Stella to your flowers. Actually, we could do that. Haven't used this for a while, so let me just check if it's working. Yep, it's working. Just know that because we've stamped with water-based ink, and this is also, the Wink of Stella is also water-based, just go easy because you don't want your ink to bleed and go all yucky. So I'm just using little dabs of this just to add a little bit of a sparkle to those flowers, which on camera probably won't show up, but in person it will show up. So the recipient will see the sparkle. And did you know that you can do watercoloring as well with your with your Wink of Stella. Just give that a... Because it's water-based, it'll actually watercolour your water-based mediums. And this one's getting a bit low. I think I'll get the other one. I've got a newer one here. Always give your Wink of Stella a really good shake before you use it. And just a gentle squeeze. Oops, a gentle squeeze, Mandy, not squeeze the life out of it so that it oozes everywhere, which I just did. And I just dab it off a little bit. Oh, there we go. That's flowing a bit better than the other one. The other one was a bit dry. I think it was getting empty. There we go. Just add in a little bit of sparkle. I do like a bit of sparkle. Do you like me a little bit of sparkle? There we go. Should we do the butterfly too? Let's give a little bit of a, just not on the body, just on the wings. Let's give a little bit of a wipe over here and there on the butterfly. Normally I would do that before I adhered it to my project, but I'm just going very easy. Not colouring the whole thing, just touching it on bits and pieces. There we go. All right, now we've got some sparkle happening. Good. Don't know if you can see that on camera with the lights. A little bit of blingy bling bling. All right, and then we'll add some of these embellishments. Oh, your Wink of Stella, these big blobs on your projects. Okay, so it could be, Vicky, because it's flowing too quickly. So maybe you've squeezed it a bit too hard and it's flowing too quickly. So what you can do is just, before you use it, dab it off onto some scrap paper or some paper towel, which is more absorbent, and just let the tip sort of dry out a little bit so that it's not flowing too quickly. That's probably what's happened. Over here on my scrap, I did squeeze it, but I squeezed it a little bit hard and it blobbed out there. So I just brushed the brush a few times off onto the scrap paper just to remove a little bit of excess so that it was a little bit drier, and then I got a much finer coating. You don't even squeeze it and it runs. Oh, that's no good. Oh, sorry to hear that. Maybe just try having a piece of paper towel beside you and just keep dabbing it on your paper towel in between each application. Maybe it's just you've got a really good flowing pen. All right, now we need some bling on here. I am thinking perhaps adding in some of these ones. I could add in a few different, we could add one of each color really. I like these ones. Bit of bling, bit of blingy bling bling. Might take out the, which colour? Might not use that colour. Although that's, yeah, that's more of the berry burst. Whoops. Let's use one of these big ones down here. And put up there a bit. Whoops. There we go. And oh, we've got one of each colour there. That's better balanced. Down just a tad. There we go. So there we've got some bling, we've got our ribbon, we've got our twine, lots going on there. But I think that turned out pretty well. There you go. Thanks everyone so much for your help with that card. Thank you for your suggestions. And yeah, I think that turned out really well. It's interesting because I have seen so many projects made with this suite, and To be honest, I felt a little bit overwhelmed because I thought, oh my goodness, there are so many beautiful projects already out there with this suite. How am I going to create something that's different to everybody else? And I don't know how different this is. Like maybe it looks similar to other people's, I don't know. Because I've seen so many different ones. And then I thought, oh my goodness, like this, how am I going to create something that's just as beautiful as all of the beautiful ones that I've already seen? But I think with this suite, you kind of can't go wrong. It's such a beautiful suite. So there we go. And we've still got some leftover bits. I can do some other projects as well with all my leftover bits. But yeah, we used a few different techniques today and played with some others as well. So I hope you really enjoyed that. Oh, you feel the same sometimes too, Brenton? Yeah. When you see lots of projects made with something, sometimes I think we look too much. Sometimes I think we should just sit down. I know I do. I look at, hang on, I'm going to turn the camera up so I can talk to you face to face because I feel like I feel like I need to talk to you face to face. Hang on a sec. I'll cover up the camera so you don't get all dizzy. Here we go. Oh, come on, camera stand. Work with me. There we go. It's being a bit pedantic. It's tired too. It's still on holidays. All right, hang on. Bear with me. I'm coming back. I'm nearly there. Flip, flip. There we go. There we go. Okay. Oh, so hot now. I'll need to go and have a cold drink. I was going to have a cup of tea when I finish filming, but I think I need to cool down a bit first. Yes, what I was going to say, Brenton, was I think sometimes we look, I do this, like I want to try and get some ideas, but sometimes I think I look too much at other people's work and, you know, like I fall in love with projects that other people have done and think, oh, that's so beautiful, but I don't want to do anything exactly the same. I want mine to be different. But yeah, I think sometimes we overwhelm ourselves, don't we? But anyway, I'm quite happy with how that turned out. That was really, really pretty. And yeah, I think you can never go wrong with this suite. It's just a really beautiful suite. It is the Perennial Lavender Suite. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's in the new Mini Catalogue. Let me grab my catalogue. Here it is here. There you go. And the suite is on pages 22 to 24, actually, because it goes over the page as well. There it is. So you'll see it there. So check that out in the Mini Catalogue or in the online store. And if you've got any questions or there's anything I can help you with, then feel free to let me know. And I would certainly love to help you. Oh, can you see that shine on there now? Oh, there you go. I think that just caught the light. You can see that wink of Stella on the flowers and the butterfly there. So there you go. All right. Well, I'm going to go. It is, oh my goodness, look at the time. I didn't realize I'd been on that long. Well, there you go. You've got a class, a one-card class. But I hope that you did learn lots of tips and tricks throughout, because I did share some other tips and tricks and techniques and things. But thank you all so much for being here, and I hope you enjoyed that and have learned something new. And I look forward to seeing you around cyberspace. So happy crafting, everyone. Have a great week. Bye.